Very, very sad indeed. Biafra will never go away. That I assure them. Instead, Biafra is coming in our time. You know, I read in England, so I know how to fight campaigns in England. Some of you do not know. I gave you an example before of the Hillsborough disaster. They went time after time, no public inquiry. The police people who were found negligent. No, nobody. No, you can do whatever you like. We won't do anything about it. Eventually, they got justice. It's something with the Easter uprising in Northern Ireland, but some of you may not know about. They kept fighting until there was justice. This very IPOB, this very Biafra. I want to assure Alomajiri of something. We are not going to stop. They said because Ojukwu joined Nigerian politics and because some people use the name of Biafra to go and enrich themselves with Nigeria, the same thing Kanu will do the same thing. We are waiting for him. He will do the same thing. They don't know me. They have no idea who I am. That this was the same reason why I was born. Only for this very work, nothing else. Only for this work. To restore the kingdom of heaven upon the face of the earth. That's why we have come. Nothing more, nothing less. So what are you going to give to me that is greater than the kingdom of God? I'm asking, so you're coming. Oh, what does he need? Let's give it to him. Can you give me the kingdom of God? Which is what Biafra is. Can you give me the kingdom of heaven on earth? Which is what Biafra represents. You can't. So we are unbuyable. Decades ago, how can you buy us? We are unbuyable. That is what Britain did. There is somebody who wrote in an article titled "Who Killed Biafra?" His name is Stanley Diamond. Some of you do not know that Médecins Sans Frontières, this is Doctors Without Borders from France, started because of Biafra. You read it, maybe you come across it on social media, you read it and you just throw it away. Oh, it happened though, you throw it away. And you keep writing your one Nigeria rubbish. Oh, you insulted the Cape mother. Because of that, this year Biafra. You insulted Nnamdi. This year Biafra. I look at these fools and I laugh at them. Because they are foolish. These people you are mentioning, are they not the people responsible for your hopeless state you're in today? That condition you're in today, are these people not responsible? Are they not responsible? Have you not seen what they have done in Yoruba land? Have you not seen what Governor Autumn is trying to do in Benue State? Have you not seen what people do when they want to defend their own people? You have a governor from Anambra saying, we are working with Mieti Yala. If you kill any Anambra indigenous, you pay 500,000. People are clapping, hey, we hail governor. Unbelievable. After the war. I'm telling you people, I mean, some of you are a disgrace. I don't know how you can say you're a Biafran or you have a Biafran blood in you. I don't understand it. I just don't. I cannot fathom it. Not for 1 second. This person wrote a very compelling article. Who killed Biafra? I can assure you it is not Fulani. Let me say, I say this to Britain because I'm an Anglophile. Everybody knows how much I love Britain. Their way of life. I keep saying it that the most reasonable people, if you go and you discuss with them, they are very reasonable. They're the ones who abolished slavery before USA. They abolished slavery. There are some bad elements whose job it is to make sure that Africa does not see the light. Some of you don't know this, but we know. Because we go into places where people can't enter. Some of you can't enter there. Some of the places we have been to, you can not in a trillion years, you can't go there. That was why Jubril was panicking and was saying to the US ambassador, people with access. It is IPOB they're talking about. People with access to government all over the world. Where people can't enter, we enter that very place and petition. You must understand these things. Not you pay one useless Dennis of a news contractor that can write for Lucy. Anything you ask, he will write. Maybe on our one foundation in a village, looking for cement and gravel to complete the foundation. Maybe he gave him some change. He took on the contract of saying he will rubbish IPOB. Oh dear me. Vanguard will be in trouble. Vanguard newspaper. You don't take time. This man wrote, "Who killed Biafra?" And from what he is writing here, it is very, very clear. It is very, very clear that those that killed Biafra, I want to mention them for you so you understand. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. Unbelievable. 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 Britain. Remember that during the Biafran War was the Vietnam War, the height of the Cold War between the East and the West. They were not meant to be talking to each other. But according to British government papers, Britain, when Britain goes to UN that time, and they no, we don't want any escalation of the problem. You know, we don't support arms being given to either side to continue this war. People are suffering. But meanwhile, according to United Kingdom documents, UK government papers, not IPOB papers, not Biafra papers, the same British government went to Russia and asked Russia to supply Nigeria with weapons. Meanwhile, they were busy enforcing the blockade of Biafra's territorial waters. So we cannot receive any arms, either through the sea or through the air. Do you now follow me very carefully? The same thing that Oliver North tried to do in Nicaragua under the Reagan administration. They did not supply, they didn't want to supply the Contras direct. They went through Iran. Have you heard of the Iran-Contra affair? The same thing, exactly the same thing happened in Biafra. Britain, the creators of Nigeria, the colonial master, not God, the creator of Nigeria is Britain and not God. Anybody mentioning God is suffering from inferiority complex because Britain created Nigeria. Britain went to Russia and said, these niggers, these monkeys from Africa jumping all over the place, they're called Biafrans, those niggers, those idiots. We want to teach them a lesson to let them know that we are the only people allowed to create them. Who are they to say no to what we created? Some of you don't know that they're boasting in Europe. When I ask them, they look at Africans and they laugh at us. They say, we created you. The boundaries you have, we created them for you. You are nobody. Once you're a Nigerian, you are a product of the British. You are nothing but a zoo animal. You must understand this. It's a simple fact of life. A very simple fact of life. They see how clever they are. You know, British. They packaged Nigeria very well. They said, no, we can't give it to Awolowo, we can't give it to Zeke. These ones are educated, they went to school. Let's give it to Alamajiri. So through Alamajiri, they can still control your life. And now, let me tell you how these things have now unfolded. Because today, Alamajiri is doing the same thing. You have seen the mathematics they have done at the Supreme Court. They have concluded that it is now also them. When everybody knows that you cannot, nobody can win. The election to the House of Assembly was held on the same day as the governorship election in Imo State. But Fulani needs to control who controls you. So they gave you Uzodinma, Hope Uzodinma. So through Hope Uzodinma, as Britain is now doing to the zoo, through the Fulani Caliphate, they can control all of you in Imo State. They can bring in Ruga. They can bring in Fulani settlement. They can kill our mothers. They can rape. They can abduct. Nothing will happen. Do you see how they take you over? Those who claim that they are spiritually inclined, like they are religious, like Mbaka, who is basically a village informant. They go to him and they say, you know, your people, they love God so much. You know, they believe in God. Anything you say in the name of God, they will follow you. Why don't you say that God gave you a revelation that also them will win?